the channel, we're back to the Masterverse with the Walmart exclusive vintage Skeletor.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Masterverse unboxing and review. And today on the channel we got the vintage Masterverse Skeletor. But for all your Skeletor Walmart exclusive needs, Walmart. But for everything else under the sun, hit up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% all in stock items, anything over $79. Does ship free. Got to get a deal out there. And of course, going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And this is an interesting one. Was it the last Walmart con? And there's another one coming on the 12th and 13th of March as we sit here right now in 2025. But I think it was the prior one sometime in the fall. They did have Zodak and Skeletor up as part of the Masterverse for pre-order part of that. No big deal. I got my order in. Everything was good. Waiting. And as Tom Petty once told me when he sat me on his knee when I was a little kid, he said, he was bouncing me on the knee and he said, Kyle, I'm going to tell you something here. The waiting, it's the hardest part. And then he wrote a song about it. That's true. That might not be true, but I don't know. You guys fact check that if you want to. But the Skeletor and the Zodak never came. They never came. Then one day I go to Walmart, see what's going on, see what all the fuss is about. And there's fuss because I don't have my figures. And they're up there for shipping right away. I'm like, what the heck? So I canceled my pre-order. And I ordered this bad boy. I ordered it. Well, then what happened about 3 days later? Sorry, we do not have the item. We've canceled your order. And so now I'm like, what is going on? And then here we are just 2 days ago as I'm filming this. I see this up on Walmart once again. I'm like, what is going on? So I put my order in, thinking it'll be canceled right away. Well, 2 days later, look what's at my doorstep here. Skeletor's here. So long way about it. Walmart can't get it figured out, but if you're after this, Walmart should have them eventually. Could be still on their website right now. Who knows? But let's dive into the figure right here. Of course, we'll do some comparisons later on in this very video. Vintage Skeletor here to go with the vintage He-Man from the Masterverse we got once upon a time, and we'll do some other comparisons along the way. Very classic style packaging with all the kind of lightning and boulders and stuff bursting through, looking very nice. Window box, vintage collection right there. Masters of the Universe Skeletor, the evil Lord of Destruction, that is for sure. Masterverse up here, 30 points of articulation, 8 and up, 6 and up. You 7-year-olds, you're in luck right here. So you do get that going on. Looking good, though. Rocks on the side. Love getting my rocks off, of course, as we know. Little glamour shots on the side. Beautiful artwork at the top. Some gibber, some jabber. Let's see what it says about the evil Lord of Destruction, Skeletor. Skeletor ruthlessly schemes to take control of Castle Grayskull and all of Eternia. Very classic artwork up here as well. Masters of the Universe 7-inch action figures. You can collect them all, each sold separately. Press Power Sword into his hand. Press Havoc Staff into hand. Skeletor, evil Lord of Destruction. So, pretty plain Jane. In 1982, Masters of the Universe took the world by storm with action figures that captured the imaginations of people from here to Eternia. Today, the Masterverse celebrates the original designs as modern 7-inch scale action figures with vintage collection. And I wonder, sometimes I look at Skeletor figures and I wonder, does Skeletor remember me from when I was a little kid? I was a little kid getting my picture taken with Skeletor once upon a time. And I gotta be honest, I was scared of him at the time as well. But thankfully, He-Man came in, saved the day, all was well. But I'll never forget my brief time, I think, at a Sears store, if I'm not mistaken, meeting Skeletor back in the day. What a day it was. What a day. But we got everything in here. What is going on? I don't see a sword. Oh, where's this sword at? What are we doing? Okay, packaging. See you later. Goodbye. Give it the old Eternia shuffle. Oh, right here at the bottom. So you got to be careful here. You got to know what you're getting yourself into. Got the little baggie down here. That's what we got going on for old Skeletor. And we're going to shoot it up over the top like a young John Paxson. Yes, that's what we're going to do. We do got the Masters Universe looking good there. Uh-oh, we got hands. Watch out for the hands. Let the hands have it. See you later. Goodbye. And we got two hands. We got a Fist of Fury and we got a splayed out hand. Two gripping hands out of the package for those keeping track in the hand department. And then we do got Skeletor's sword. I don't know if we've got this exact sword. I think we've had this sword, but we haven't had it in purple, that's for sure. But we do get the classic Skeletor sword right here. It's too bad you can't link them together like I used to have to do when I was a little kid. How about a little plastic prison? And of course, we're locked down Mattel style. Mattel's always locking the stuff down, as we know, with the twist ties. Like a young Todd McFarlane from the couch. Todd, what do you think about Mattel? Oh, wait a minute. Too soon. Too soon? Too soon to give your thoughts on Mattel. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Todd over there planting mass destruction ideas in Mark Summers' head from the couch. I think they're going to take on the world. There's one thing. When the chips are down for Todd McFarlane, you don't want to be messing with him. I can tell you that much. We've had a couple of nights where we're going to get Chinese takeout. That's a long story, too. We'll talk about that someday on the channel. But Todd said, you know what? The chips are down here, and they didn't bring our order. You don't want to know what Todd ended up doing. So Todd is a man of many talents, but you never count Todd McFarlane out. That's for sure. That is for sure. But speaking of Mattel and speaking of DC, since somebody brought it up, maybe it was me, see you later, goodbye. Maybe we're going to see a little bit of Justice League He-Man crossover in the future. We could see some of that. We saw it in the Classics line. Maybe we'll see it again. We'll see. It's a whole world of possibilities between WWE and Masters and everything else. We'll see what happens. Get our wallets ready, I guess, is what we're going to need to do. We do get the Havoc staff here. Is this the one with the movable jaw? Oh, it is not. It is just a regular jaw here. But you got the old ram horn at the top. Looking good. It's going to bam right into you. Very evil, very satanic. Looks like he's going to do some blood sacrifices or something. Who knows what he's up to. But do love the Havoc staff. Always a nice one there. Now we got Skeletor out of the package, and I don't think there's ever any mistake in this guy for anybody but Skeletor. He looks like Skeletor. Got the hood going on, hard plastic hood, got those fiery red eyes, and then you got the bone tone in greenish yellow, of course. I got the dirty wash over the top. Just looks like an evil skeleton. It's Skeletor. That's what he's supposed to look like. Unfortunately, no mobile jaw on him. I love it when we can move the jaw on him, but unfortunately not part of it here. You do get the top over the top there with the bones. Obviously looks like what Skeletor would have. Store the sword on the back if you need to. And of course, this is removable if you want it to be as well. He's got Eternia's finest loincloth in black to match, of course, the color of his heart, as we know as well. And then he's got those very merman-like feet down at the bottom. Got the spiky toes there, the 3 toes right there on the bottom. And then a little bit of hair, I guess, sculpted in there. Of course, the Smurf blue color, maybe a little darker Smurf blue, but I got the blue color, of course, throughout. A hallmark of any Skeletor we've ever had, of course. Arms all the way around for us. Bicep cut. Double jointed, pinless elbows. How about that? Hands back and forth, side to side. Head back and forth, side to side. Hula hoop up top, plush traditional waist. Those big old Skeletor splits. Of course, if you're a skeleton, you can do all kinds of splits. Legs do go up, thigh cut. Double jointed, pinless knees, boot cut, ankles back forth, side to side, up and down. The usual Masterverse articulation that we're used to at this point right here. And will he fit on a Mattel Ringside Collectible stand? Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10% at Ringside Collectibles. What do you know? He's going to fit there perfectly. I'm here for it. Not a bad Skeletor, but there's been a lot of Skeletor. So I can see some people saying, I don't need another Skeletor in my collection, but I definitely did. And I would say, too, one thing, since we're talking DC, we're talking some of that. A lot of people are hoping the DC figures are going to be more elite WWE style. My guess is when DC does get this, sometime mid-2026, it sounds like, I bet you the DC figures are very Masterverse, very similar to that. That's what I'm envisioning in my head. I guess we'll see what ends up happening in the future. But I do got the He-Man here. Of course, we did get 2 different versions of this He-Man. One is a San Diego exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. But you do got the vintage 2 to go together here. Pretty cool to see these guys together. This is how I'm going to display them in my collection, at least. But we're not done with the vintage ones here. We did get another vintage Skeletor not too long ago. I guess basically the same figure here, just with a little different color tone to it. And look at that. Proving me wrong, there's that same sword right there, just a different shade of purple. So prove me wrong real quick right there. But very, very similar figure, of course, just repainted here, and that makes sense. It's a Walmart exclusive. Makes Walmart happy. If you want it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. You pass it by. Maybe you already have this one in your collection. It's basically just a variant, and you get the different blue colors and stuff. So just very similar. But, of course, different at the same time. And as you guys know, I'm just a classics guy. You guys knew that by now. I do got the Mattel Masters Universe Classics version of Skeletor right here just to bring him along for the ride as well. So not a bad day at the old Skeletor office here. Should be hitting Walmart soon. They are at least shipping from their warehouses. That's where I got mine. So I guess be on the lookout out at your stores if you need another Masterverse Skeletor. But I think this is one that maybe not everybody needs in their collection. You know, at the end of the day, needs, wants. We know how that goes as well. But I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on this Skeletor. If it's worth a pickup for you or if it's an easy pass, let me know in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell as we got videos every single day. And then some. We got even more content for you, of course, over there on Patreon. Patreon, best way to support this YouTube channel and all the content it does bring. Plenty of stuff to keep you busy. Chasing that 50,000 subscriber milestone. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Don't forget Sir Paul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, and now on TikTok. So for the Walmart exclusive Masterverse Skeletor, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?